Welcome back. After that enlightening trip, we take a trip of another kind. It's off to the kitchen once again with Tigam, and today she teaches us how to make mouth-watering Poli.
Hello all, we are going to be making Poli today. For those of you that don't know what Poli is, it's a pastry which has a filling in it which includes coconut, almonds, sesame seeds and some ilachi. And then there's usually variations on that. Some people like to use nuts, some people like to use condensed milk to add to it.
3 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons butter ghee, half a teaspoon of salt, 3 tablespoons sugar, 2 tablespoons til, nibbed almonds, 1 teaspoon ilachi powder, condensed milk to taste, desiccated coconut, colored almonds to decorate.
I will now start with the actual pastry, which I'm making the dough for now. What you need for this pastry is 3 cups of flour. I'm going to be adding this flour into my bowl. And I'm going to be sieving the flour because we want a nice light flour and we want the flour to be aerated. I'm then going to add some of my salt. We need about half a teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to mix those two together lightly. And then I'm going to add my ghee. It is 2 tablespoons of ghee, which I'm going to add into my flour. Blend the ghee and the flour together. Basically, you want to make a breadcrumb-like mixture where you rub in the ghee into the flour and raise it as you're rubbing it in, and that will help the ghee to be well incorporated into the flour. Now I'm going to add some lukewarm water to this mixture to make my dough. You'll add the water gradually because you don't want a very sticky dough. However, you will want a soft dough. There you have a lovely soft dough. I'm going to spend some time just working this dough now and kneading it because I don't want any cracks in the dough. I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to get ready to make my filling now. For the filling, I've got some sugar, our til or sesame seeds, we've got our nibbed almonds, but you can use, as I said, you can use nuts which have been roasted and finely chopped, and lastly our ilachi. I'm just going to mix together. Now I'm going to add the desiccated coconut. As I said earlier, I don't really measure the coconut. Mix this in well. And then we're going to add some of our condensed milk. Now, you could, if you wanted to, just stop at this stage and not add the condensed milk, this will actually form your filling of your Poli. But you'll see that it's a very loose mixture, and by adding the condensed milk, you will actually end up with a nice filling that's not going to be running around. So there we go. We're going to be adding our condensed milk. Right, so my filling is ready. What I'm going to do now is to get ready to start rolling out my dough and making the little Polis.
Tigam sprinkles flour on the countertop to prevent the dough from sticking to the surface. She breaks off small portions of the dough and rolls them out into puris before spooning in the mixture. She then seals the ends of the puri together and presses down with a fork to create the pattern.
Okay, I think our oil is now hot enough. We're going to put the polis in. For a pot this size, you can put about 4 or 5 polis in. We don't want the polis to be too brown. We want a nice light beigey golden color. While your polis are frying, you can get your plate ready for when you are going to assemble the fried polis. I'm not going to put the polis on that plate immediately. You'll notice that I have a colander here with absorbent paper towel inside it. And as soon as the polis are ready, I am going to put them in this paper towel in the colander to drain. We don't want any bit of oil left on it when we are serving the poli. You need to be very careful because they will be quite hot.